Now let's get some brake cooling happening with this car. Cheapest and easiest, like we learned on our Porsche Boxster, are these. These are Porsche GT3 off a 997 GT3 front brake ducts, and they fit front and rear. They need a little bit of trimming, but they're a soft plastic, and you can just do it with a razor blade. Just don't cut yourself. These are going to be the cheapest brake cooling option you're going to find, because in Australia, they're about $6.20. In America, they're about $5.70. The UK, they're about £3. So these are an absolute bargain. So you can buy, like I just spent about 25 bucks for 4 of them. So that's front and rear. So part numbers are in the description. Cheapest places to get them are the local Porsche dealership. eBay, Amazon, all that stuff, those are resellers that add on quite a bit of markup. Now, obviously I don't work for Porsche, but yeah, cheapest place to get it from, your local Porsche dealer. And if you can go pick them up, you don't even pay freight. So that's fantastic. Definitely worth doing. Now, where do they go? Let's have a look. So they're marked with a left and a right. Where is it? Oh, maybe the sticker's over. Okay, the sticker's over that one. That one there, you see it says L. Yeah, that's the left. The right one is that one. They go onto this arm here, the one with the big M written on it. And we're going to have to trim it because, well, it's not a M part. It's a Porsche part. So we're going to try to get it, look, we want to get this pointing up towards here. Okay, there's a gap. See, there's a gap there. So we want it pointing there to get that cool air, shoot it into the vanes of the rotor. We don't want to shoot it onto the rotor. You don't want to have uneven cooling, but we want to shoot the air into this hole here, which goes right into the vanes. Yeah, so to get that, we're going to have to test fit it a bit. I think for sure, so these clips fit onto the arm of the Porsche. They're not going to fit onto here, so we'll just cut these off straight away so there's more room. And there's actually, you can see in the mold, there's some rings here, and I drilled some of these out. There's a couple that are factory drilled, but we just drilled them all out, all along here. So to do that, just use a drill and whatever size bit you think you can use. Doesn't need it special because you just got to jam some cable ties through it. So literally, this is a job done with some cable ties and a sharp knife. Can't beat that. Yeah, so it's under 30 bucks. We got a cold air kit. Now it's not gonna be the, not a perfect, but hey, 30 bucks, let's go. Comes off pretty quick, pretty easy. So again, these are all clips that fit on the other arms. We'll keep those ones. I think we might be able to get those around, but these ones definitely won't. They clip around and then hook onto themselves, but slightly different components from a different car. So let's get rid of them. This stuff cuts pretty easy. But so does human flesh, so be careful. You might want gloves. Definitely don't cut in your lap. You don't want to have an impromptu vasectomy or circumcision or whatever, or castration. Okay, got a bunch of those off. Let's see how we are for clearance. Okay, now we want to secure it onto here. So let's see if we can get those ones around the other side. Yep, okay. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, we're gonna have to trim all these, I think, and probably open this up a bit more here and here where this arm is so fat. We'll trim that a little bit as well. There we go, a bit of trimming, and at least we got it to kind of stay on there. Now we're just gonna have to trim a little bit more to get the right angle. So having a look at it, where the arm's fatter, I think we need to take a little bit more off the top here. And we're gonna have to probably trim a little bit down here just because there's that. Now this is full lock to the right, okay? Full lock to the left will be different, so we just need to trim accordingly. So we'll take a little bit more up here because we want to direct, right now, that's kind of pointing air up a little bit. We need it a little bit lower. So we'll take it from the high point, we'll just kind of Where's the high point? Right there. Around their thumb, we'll take about a half a centimeter off of that point there. There we go. Took a little bit off that top. And that's a bit better angle. Still a bit high, but there we go. Pull it down that way. I think we can still take a little bit more here. I did drill a hole there, but I'll just have to put another one in. That's fine. A little bit more off there. Okay, after stuffing up the first one, I thought, all right. Now, someone else did a video on it, which is pretty cool because I was able to steal some of his information. So here, this is obviously not my stuffed one that I ruined. But this is what we need to trim. So you can kind of take this as a reference. So you got the little triangle logo. I've kind of cut that in half there. And on this end here, I've boxed this out where it's, you know, narrow. It's quite a bit narrower there. The tabs, these clip tabs, I've kept them, but I cut off the hook parts. See the hook things, because they're not going to do anything, but these help kind of hold it in position. And then I've notched out here, that's the factory hole. I notched out there for the tie rod. I might have to take it up a little bit. When I put the wheels back on the car, I can see if it's any clearance issues. I might have to take it up a bit more. But other than that, then we need to drill. And this is what I was telling about. So the kind of factory marks there, you can see, we'll just, it's through plastic. It takes a second. It's an old drill bit. Let's just let it rip. So we'll drill out those holes, and that'll get us a whole bunch of cable ties in here. Now, up under the car, from the front, you can see the wheels are almost straight there. You can see where, actually, I've the bottom corner, I've also taken that off a bit too. It's just hitting this plastic under tray, so I just notched it a bit. There we go. So in the other video, pretty handily, he referenced that this notch here is factory notch, so I haven't widened that is about 1 inch, so 25 mil or so from the M logo. So that's pretty good. Nice to have that kind of information. Now let's turn it full lock and see what kind of contact, if we have any, because I've been trimming it a little bit after doing this a few times, see if there's any more. Now I'm gonna ask you for a favor. It's not a big one, but to justify me doing these car videos to the missus, can you please just like the video? I mean, you don't need to subscribe, that's fine, but if you found it useful, remotely entertaining, just somewhat interesting, just hit the like button, and I can justify my existence and my time and money spent on toys to the missus. That's it. Now back to the show. It's gonna be a bit tight to see, but that is full lock. And we can see that we've got a bit of clearance. And if we slide it over, we get rid of that clearance. So let's just move it to where it almost touches. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if it touches the hub, because it's not, because the hub's not exactly, that part's not rotating or anything, of course. So there we go. We will just get it off of there, and then cable, that will be our position, and we'll set that as our position on this side, and we'll mirror this for the other side. But yeah, I think that's it for now. That's it on this side. Let's just make the other one a copy and see what the clearance is with the wheels on. And there's a way better look. Okay, so obviously we have tons of room here, but this is where our position is going to be. So yeah, that's about 1 inch from there. So pretty cool. Anyway, let's mirror the other one, and you can see how that's going to catch air and kind of it just tries to throw it up along this general direction. Better than nothing, and said 25 bucks, bargain. There, after lots of trimming, bits everywhere, I think we're good to go. So this is the right side, this is the left side. Now, instead of asking me for measurements, have a look at some of the reference marks on here that I used to kind of cut around. So on this side, the distance, we kind of use that arrow for the left. This side, we use that triangle. Cutting up to clear the, well, I don't know the final height of this. I think we might have to go a little bit higher, but coming up to clear the tie rod, kind of using those holes as a reference. What else do we have to do? Cutting this down here, see those 2 marks there? Well, those are our reference marks there. We kind of go just around those, and the pointy bit, well, I kind of cut to where that tapers down and cut that. So that should be good. That should be your reference points to kind of trim. It's easy to take more off than to put more on. So yeah, give it a go and test fit a few. So we've cable tied it in position. Before anyone says anything about cable ties, the Audi RS3 brake ducts that we put on the S3, yeah, well, they came with cable ties from Audi, from factory. So yeah, they work, and that's fine. And even the Porsche ones have the factory holes to put them, so you're going to get them extra secure. But these are cheap, and they're cheap for a reason, because if you want to, well, they're cheap for a reason because they're kind of like a known item to rip off a GT3. So there you go. That's your cheap brake duct installed. Now we just thought we'd have a look. So we put the jack underneath, got it to full ride height. Where are we here? I can't see it. There we go. And that is no contact at all on the tie rod. Actually, we probably could have left more of that in place, but anyway, better safe than sorry. That will be scooping some air at least to get onto the brakes. So this is, if you look at the front, it does kind of come in through here anyway, and that's going to come up and should just get a little bit of a deflection in. I mean, hey, it works on a Porsche. Hopefully it works on the BMW too. It doesn't hang down that far, but if you wanted to, GT2 RS brake ducts are way more expensive, but they come down further and have a metal piece on them to catch even more air. So yeah, we probably could have left a bit here, but anyway, we didn't. It's trimmed up and is what it is. I checked full lock the other way, and yes, we have some good tie rod clearance there. So yeah, you don't need to trim back as much as I thought you did on the lower bit there. But anyway, I can go get another one for $5 and do it again some other time.